Hi you guys, welcome back to, I guess it's not a vlog, welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you guys are new here, I'm Bianca, and we're gonna do a little sip and chat. Sutton's probably gonna be back midway through this vlog. She just went with my mother-in-law to go pick up my father-in-law from the car, he's getting his car fixed. So she just went with her to go pick him up. So I'm just going to do a little car chat while we wait for her to get back, and we're gonna go run some errands. But anyway, she was about to do a car play while I answered some questions, and then my mother-in-law went to go leave him whatever, and then she was like, can I come? And then that's how that spawned. So anyway, she's going with Colin's mom to go get Colin's dad real quick. So I am finally gonna do this Q&A that we have been talking about for a couple vlogs now. I have my questions in my phone of ones that you guys asked on the vlog. I didn't ask any questions on Instagram this time. It is just strictly the questions that you guys asked over the past couple vlogs. There's a whole aerial wig in my backseat right now. I did want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video. As you guys know, Squarespace is one of my faves. They are the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So if you are just starting out, or if you're already managing a growing brand, Squarespace has those tools that you need to create and showcase a beautiful website, help you engage with your audience, and to help you sell. If you have digital products, tangible products, they can help you sell anything all on your terms with Squarespace. So to snag a domain, everyone needs a domain, and Squarespace makes it easy to find the best name for your business at one fair, all-inclusive price with no hidden fees or add-ons required. And every domain comes with advanced privacy and security tools included to ensure that your domain remains online and protected. So we love that. My favorite feature, I rave about this because it's genuinely changed my life and my business, and that's analytics. So you can make smarter business decisions with Squarespace's intuitive built-in analytics tool. So you review your website traffic, learn where to focus engagement, and track revenue from bookings or invoices if you run a business that has to do with either of those, or product sales, or for my instance, I love to see where people are coming to my website mostly from, which 9 times out of 10, it's actually from TikTok, which is super interesting. Also, their offering services is super cool. So you can get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools, and every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions and auto-generated sitemap and more, so you can show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. So they're not only thinking of everything possible to help you design the perfect website, but they're also thinking past that and thinking, okay, how are we going to get our customers noticed? How are we going to actually help them drive customers, revenue, like an audience? How are we going to help them succeed in their business? Because if we succeed in our business, that helps Squarespace succeed in their business. So if you guys are interested, you can go to Squarespace's website and check out their free trial. And then whenever you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/Bianca Henderson, and that will get you guys 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So that's squarespace.com/Bianca Henderson, and my link will be in the description box. But let's go ahead and get into these Q&A questions. You guys asked some good ones. So I'm excited to just kind of sit and sip, chat, and then probably have a car play date once Sutton gets back because it's not that far away. Okay, let's get into the questions. I actually just flipped my car around so the lighting would be better. Also, I got a brown sugar shaken espresso from Starbucks because my coffee machine is currently in Breville's hands. They drew a little dog paw on there. So that's the coffee for today. Let's get into the questions. I figured there would be a lot of house questions, so I had a couple kind of repeats of the same question, so I'm just gonna answer this one. But it says, I'd love to hear all about your interior design process choices and overall finished aesthetic. And then another question that I got was, what style of decorating do you plan on doing to your new build? I'm just gonna knock both of these out together at once. So essentially, my overall design aesthetic, I'm going for cottage, not coastal, but cozy cottage vibes. I want it to feel really cozy, really homey. I want not everything to be white. I want special art. I want wallpaper. I want warm colors. I want so many different aspects of the house to feel homey and not sterile at all. I want it to be unlike anything I've ever decorated before. One of my favorite interior designers, his name's Windsor Dalton, and I actually went to college with him, but he is such a good follow. And Amber Interiors, I would say those are my two absolute favorite people to follow for home decor design and home design in general. So if you're needing inspo, follow Windsor. He is perfect. He's literally perfect. I haven't seen him in so long, but I'm hoping maybe once my house is built, we can do something together with like the house and kind of do like a collab. Because I worship the ground he walks on. I'm not even kidding. I think he is perfection. So also the sun's gonna keep going in and out. We're just gonna have to deal with it. So I'm really gonna pull inspo from both of them. But one thing that I really want to make sure that I don't do is make our house look like a showroom for Target. I really love the Target pieces that we have. I'm not gonna get rid of them just because I bought them. And I don't want them to go to waste. But I do think that one of like the biggest inspirations that I want to do like for the house, or not even inspiration, but one of the biggest things I want to make sure I accomplish for our house is to make it look like I got all of our decor pieces from like antique stores, from like estate sales, and make it look like really unique. Like I don't want those pieces that everybody has. I want everything to be unique. I want to take my time. I want everything to be really thoughtful. And like, I want our decor to have a purpose, if that makes sense, rather than just me being like, oh, what's the newest like spring trend or summer trend or fall or whatever at Target. And while that like decor is really nice, I just feel like my frontal lobe developed while doing this house, and I just don't want my house to look like everybody else's, and I don't want my house to look like I got everything from Target. And I love Target, and I think it's a great affordable option. And I'm not saying I want to spend thousands on decor. Like I want it to look like it's like comes from antique stores or like more home goods stores or like just home stores in general that aren't like your basic Target Pottery Barn restoration. Like I just want them to have more of a unique character. And so that's like one thing that I'm really focusing on when decorating and furnishing our house. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna like really put everything I have into it. I'm really excited about it, and obviously like while not breaking the bank. So Facebook Marketplace, like really just trying to find those good finds that I think are gonna work really well in our house. If you want to see my overall like design style, I'll have my Pinterest linked, and that will give you guys some insight for sure. But yeah, I feel like cozy cottage vibes is what I'm going for. And if you want to go look at my Pinterest and tell me exactly what my decor style is, feel free. But that's kind of what I was thinking about that. Somebody asked what theme are we doing for Suttons Room. So essentially a couple like weeks ago now, I was on Pinterest and Sutton saw like a little girl's room, and she literally said, and I almost cried, she was like, wow, I love that. And whenever we were touring the model homes for our neighborhood, they had this one house that had a little girl's room in it, and she was absolutely obsessed. So I'm kind of taking inspo from the room that was in the model and mixing it with like my own ideas. Also, I am fully wearing a Moana band-aid because I cut my finger and we only have character band-aids at the moment. I'm just embracing that. But anyway, just because I keep flicking my finger around. Oh, also I got the nails done in the vlog before you guys are seeing this, but you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so I'm thinking we're gonna do pinky tones because pink really is truly her favorite color. She's obsessed with pink. Like everything pink, she'll pick that before she picks anything else. So I was thinking what I want to do is definitely do wallpaper in her room, but I'm thinking we're gonna do half the wall wallpaper, the bottom half molding, and paint the bottom half like a pink, and then let her, as the time gets closer, pick out her wallpaper. And just like show her the computer and obviously like let her pick out what she wants that will like go with. We're gonna get her her own big girl bed. I think we're just gonna do a full for her because might as well. And then that way if somebody like, we have guests in town, if we need an extra bed, she could just sleep with us and they could sleep in that bed. If we have like more guests than like the guest bedroom obviously. But yeah, I'm thinking of letting her design it, but it's just gonna be like really sweet, like wallpaper with like florals, and she loves bunnies. Maybe florals and bunnies and have it be like little bunny girly themed. I really want her help in designing it, but something that we're doing that I think is gonna be like really, really fun and really special is after we close on the house and everything, before we ever move in, we are going to make sure we have a couple things done, like fencing in the yard, and also completely doing, maybe not completely like it being done, but doing as much as we can to Sutton's room, like painting the walls, doing the wallpaper, getting her rug down, getting her bed down, her nightstands, her lamps, like that stuff. So that way when she gets in, she feels really comfy in her own room and like settled, because it's gonna be a big move. Like, we've moved from Georgia to Colin's parents' house to now our like actual home, and I just want her to feel comfy, but also I feel like for our sake of like redoing her room while she's sleeping in there, and I don't want her sleeping in there after we like paint it or whatever in the fumes. I just want to get her room done. That is my main priority, is her room, and we're tiling our laundry room, so we need to do that before we put our washer and dryer in, and we're just gonna do it ourselves. But those are like the main two things that I'm like, that and the fence, 3 things that I'm like, that absolutely has to happen before. And I'm super excited about that, and whatever that vlog will be of us just like doing her room. I don't even care about our room. I don't care about the guest room. I don't care about anything else besides those 3 things, and I definitely want her room to be done, and that is my top priority. So yeah, I need to start collecting stuff for her room because time's just gonna start ticking. But that's basically the rundown on all the house things. Okay, last question is, somebody asked, how do finances work with a new build versus a regular house purchase? So I don't know really with a regular house purchase because we've never done that before, but with the new build, we had to pay our lot premium and we had to pay the down payment on the house. And because we're first-time home buyers and we're doing a first-time home buyer loan, we didn't have to put down as much as you would if you like were to repurchase a home after not your first home, whatever. So our like minimum was lower. We put down more than that because it's a long story. We put down more than like what the first time home buyer would be though, because we wanted our interest rate to be lower. So basically how it works when you're buying a house is you get pre-approved. So you put down your money, you send all your stuff, your income, your tax returns, because I am 1099, and they go over all your information, make sure you're pre-approved for the house and everything, and you put down the money. Then in our case, we've put down all the money on the house that we need to put down, so it's essentially like we bought, because we're not going to be putting down any money later. But now we have like all these months to save while it's being built, which is another reason why we wanted to build, because it just seemed like more financially smart to us. Versus like, we didn't love anything, let's just not buy something that we don't love just because we want to buy a house. Like, let's just build the house that we love and save money in the process. So yeah, I really don't know how different that is, other than the fact that we had to buy our lot and put down the money on the house. So I know like you're not essentially buying a lot, you're buying a house. But besides that, I have heard that like building can be cheaper in some cases. Oh, they're home. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, the lighting's probably going to be just like so off in this whole entire situation, but it's fine. I've heard it can be cheaper buying in some circumstances. I guess it just depends on how much the house is. And you know what else? I have completely taken the backseat into this whole thing. This has been Colin's whole thing. I have just let Colin handle it. And this is the first time I have ever done that. Usually I am always taking control of everything, like when we were renting and transferring all the utilities and stuff, the internet, like yada yada yada. I have always been in control because I am a little bit of a control freak when it comes to that. And this time I was like, I want nothing to do with this. I want you to handle everything. And because he just seemed way more into it, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my energy. I'm gonna let him take full control of this. Hi. We have a visitor now.
I have a dress, Mom. It was cute.
Oh my gosh, your dress is so cute.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay.
Hello, I'm Sutton. I'm Sutton.
You're Sutton?
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyway. So we get pre-approved, put down our money, and then when it comes back to closing, that's when we lock in an interest rate. Yeah?
Mom, this is my balloon.
So cool.
Hey, Mom, this is my balloon.
Perfect. That's when we actually lock in the interest rate and like negotiate back and forth with either our builder's mortgage company or a private mortgage company. And there's perks with going with the builder, like yada yada yada. So we have to figure all that out. And we, yes.
This is my balloon.
So cool.
Hey, Mom, this is my balloon.
I love it. We obviously haven't been through that part yet, but we've been pre-qualified and everything. So yeah, that's, I guess, a big difference too, is you don't lock in your interest rate until you close. So about like 30 to 60 days before our close date is when we start shopping around for other lenders, comparing with their lender. If we go with their lender, then we end up getting a discount because obviously that benefits them. Lock in our interest rate, close on the house. Yeah. So that is a big difference too, is you don't lock it in until you close, so after your house is built. Anyway, I think those are all the house questions that I have.
Hey, Mom.
And
Hey, Mom.
if you want any further info, we'll have to include Colin on that.
Hey, Mom.
Yes?
Where's Naughty Poppy?
They're inside. I thought maybe you would want to play in the car for just a little bit.
Okay, can I play in the car?
Yeah, go ahead, go for it.
Whee!
So that's just the difference on that. I feel like the biggest difference, at least, is paying for your lot and not locking in your interest rate or anything like that until you close.
Hey, Mom.
Mm-hmm. In some cases, also, you will have to bring more money to closing, and I think it just all depends on how much your house is, to be honest. So anyway, I feel like that took up a big chunk, but I also feel like that's just the biggest phase of life we're in right now. So,
Hey, Mom.
oh look, that's a fan. Look, you go like this.
Hi, that's friend. Ah!
See?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you and Colin stay connected living with his parents and just life? So Colin and I,
Hey, Mom.
first of all,
Mom.
we've known each other forever, and I think some people forget that. We've known each other since we were like 7, 8, 7, and so I feel like it's really easy to stay connected with him just because I've known him for so long, and like obviously we didn't date all those years, but just like
Hey, Mom,
knowing
you
him for that
ready?
long, I feel like we already have a different connection. Yeah?
Mom, you ready?
Come on. Excuse me. I don't know who that is. So,
Hey, Mom.
don't throw that. Okay. So I do think that like really genuinely helps a lot, and our communication is great, and yeah, I actually feel like living here has made us closer than ever, because it's just like, I don't know, Colin, it's just so easy to get along with Colin, honestly. Like, he is just such a great person, and I feel like,
Hey, Mom, I see you.
thank you. I feel like over the years our communication has just gotten like really good. I genuinely feel like we're best friends, and I think that helps a lot. Like, we laugh all the time.
Hey, Mom, can I put my hair on?
Sure. Colin and I stay laughing, we stay having fun, and I think that really helps a lot. We're in such a weird phase of life right now. Like, obviously living with your in-laws isn't like
Hey, Mom.
what everybody does, but I've also known his family for so long, so I think that makes it easier too. Yeah.
Is that
Like,
my friend?
yes. I genuinely feel like his parents are my parents, and I'm just like really close with them, so I think that helps as well. And if any one of us is ever like irritated or something, like, we just say it, and Colin's mom does a good job about it, Colin does a good job about it, I do a good job about it, but like, you know, you just have to like make it work. But I feel like just being really strong communicators and just like leaning on each other and making each other's lives easier. Like, if Colin ever has a rough day at work, or Colin's got a big week, like his job right now is the most demanding he's ever had, then like I do things to make his life easier, he does things to make my life easier. Like, you really are a team.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
Can I put all my hair on?
Yes. And I feel like ever since we've had her, we've gotten really good about like being a team. Not that we weren't before, but you just kind of have to level up like that. Keeping the connection. I mean, we really don't go on date nights very often because we're trying to like save money, you know? I feel like it comes so naturally. So cute, Set. And I feel like that's good that it comes naturally. Like, I feel like I chose the best partner ever because of how naturally it comes. But I just like, you know, him being happy and his life being easy, being in a good mood, or him like just loving his life makes my life easier, and vice versa. And he's the best dad ever, and he's just like the greatest person. So I feel like one way to stay connected is just
Hey,
like
Mom.
loving your partner through
Mom.
life.
I
But
want to drink it.
something we've always done are like check-ins, just be like, how are you doing? Like, how am I being as a wife? How am I being as a husband? Is there anything I can like work on? We do that pretty often. Or like, and if we're feeling unfulfilled and like, hey, like I really could use help with this, this is like becoming really tough for me, like we say it. And just communication, and just like being their biggest fan and best supporter, and always thinking about like how to help improve their happiness, then in return improves your happiness. And yeah, I just That's my advice. That's what I got. That's how we stay connected, really. And I call him like 20 times a day because he genuinely is my best friend, and when he's not here I miss him. And also letting them have like their own time, letting them have their own hobbies, like having time apart and not getting in the way of that. I think that that's really big and strong too, is big and important. A strong factor in your relationship. Yeah? Oh, don't do that.
Mom, you trying to open this?
Yeah, but I'm having the world's hardest time right now. Oh, here you go. They have these little things at the gas station where you can collect the lids, and my mother-in-law always goes to, not always, but likes to go to the gas station sometimes to get a Mountain Dew. Like from the fountain, like with the special ice and stuff, the good ice. And she'll take Sutton with her, and then Sutton gets one of these apple juices. And then she's been collecting lids. So you chose Minnie Mouse today? Guys, my eye keeps switching.
No, leave it open.
There you go.
Leave it off.
Oh, I can't. It has to be on. Sorry. My current fitness routine was another question. I feel like, I don't really have like a super strict routine at the moment. I've been doing I literally cannot stop getting into Twitch because of my allergies, for real. Favorite right now is obviously solid core. I go there the most. I've been going to ISI, but to be completely honest with you guys, I don't love ISI. It's not my favorite workout that I've ever done. I really like F45, and so maybe when we move again I'll go back to F45, but I like the people at ISI, which is why I keep going like every week, and because Colin works there. And it's nothing against ISI. I just personally like and feel like I'm in my Pilates era, and I love solid core. I cannot wait for the daily to open. It's gonna be so fun. But yeah, basically just working out like 5 days a week is my routine right now. I've been taking 2 days off.
Also, the boys happens.
What?
Yeah.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
What did you just say?
I don't know. Anyways, I've been working out 5 days a week. I feel like it's a great mix, just doing whatever I can do. And then I've been going on 2-mile walks every day. And I think that walking is like the best thing you can do. If you don't have time to work out, or if you aren't really into working out, go on walks if you want. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but go on walks, and don't like, it's not like a leisurely walk. Like, I have my ankle weights on and I am cruising. Like, I am walking quick. I usually get the 2-mile walk done in like 28 to 30 minutes is my time. And I am just like pumping my arms. Murphy and I are cruising. One, because we need to get back before Colin goes to work, but also it's just like such a good workout. I feel like it's really toned my legs, honestly. And yeah, that's kind of my workout routine, is like a little bit of Pilates or weightlifting or solid core, not even Pilates, solid core right now, and weightlifting, and walks have been huge. I think walking is so great. If you can get 10,000 steps a day, do that. Oh, also, you know what? I'm about to go on a little tangent. I hope you guys are like getting stuff done around the house and listening to this, because this is just all over the place. But my Oura Ring stopped working. Like, it was not tracking my steps right. It said one day that I walked, I took a screenshot actually. It said one day I had walked an equivalent, yes, of 11.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Where's Nani Poppy?
They're inside. Of 10.2 miles, but my steps were only 6,902 steps. And my activities tracking's been off, my sleep tracking's been off. I was working out at ISI and it said I was swimming. So I did this chat in my app, and it ran like a diagnostic on my ring, and it said that something was definitely wrong with my ring, and they're sending me a replacement. It's like a same generation like replacement of my ring. So I'll keep you guys updated, because I noticed it was way off and whack, and I was getting like pissed. And then my friend Abigail was like, oh, you can just chat in your Oura Ring app. You hit help and then you hit chat, and it'll run a diagnostic on your ring. But apparently they didn't update, and a lot of people's rings aren't working. So if you feel like that, do that chat, because they're fully sending me a new ring. So I'm excited about that. But I was getting pissed because I really like to keep track of my steps, and then everything was off, and I was like, I don't even know how many steps I'm actually getting. So check on your Oura Rings, people. How do I define my personal style? Amazing question. Let's chat about it. I genuinely think that I had another like frontal lobe develop moment and realized just what clothes work on my body type. I feel like for so many years I would order something that looked good on a model, not even considering my body type when getting it. And like, it just has completely changed my life. Pinterest is my best friend. Again, I will have my Pinterest linked. I repin so many style options. I get the most style inspo from Pinterest, and I try and look for outfits that I already have the items of, so I can just like recreate.
Hey Mom, do that.
Okay.
Come on, Mom.
But I would definitely say that my style is like classy, casual, chic is how I would describe my style and how I like to dress. Like, I love looking classy but casual. Chic casual is what I go for. Like, I don't love to wear like tight short skirts. I don't love to wear tight clothes. I just like to feel like mature and confident in a casual and classy, chic way. So that's how I would describe my style. But yeah, I get a ton of style inspo from Pinterest, honestly, or like random TikTok girlies. There are some girls on TikTok who have like maybe 5,000 followers and have the best outfits, and I follow them, I save their stuff, and I always am like looking up spring outfits, so just that is like what my algorithm gives me. But Pinterest is my best friend, and the more you pin, yeah?
I want to turn the windows off.
Oh, I can roll them down a little bit, okay? Just a little bit.
Come on, Mom, down.
Don't throw anything out the window though, okay?
Down.
The more you repin and the more you save and stuff like that, the more it's gonna feed you stuff on your feed that is similar to what you're pinning. So just the more you pin, the better. Whether that's home stuff, outfit stuff, whatever your niche is, food stuff, the more it'll like feed you that. So yeah, anyways, that's how I would describe my personal style. But I just want to look like elevated, casual, chic, like a mom, like, you know, but like a fun mom, a fun, casual, classy, chic mom. Also, I'm going through this life crisis where I want all my tattoos removed, all of them, except for the 13 and the lover. I'd keep those too.
Hey Mom, turn the windows off.
Okay, and I think that I had a postpartum like crisis when I was in postpartum, and we had just moved to Georgia, and I was like really going through a lot, and I got tattoos, and I like them and stuff. But I'm just realizing that I wish I would have never gotten them, and I really want them all removed, all of them gone. So that's just another random tangent. This question was very, very interesting, and I'm excited to answer it. So it's, how are you feeling about faith and church community? I've watched you for a few years and wondered if being closer with people who work in the church has affected you / piqued your curiosity. So, if you guys don't know, a couple of my friends...
Hey Mom, turn the windows down.
Okay. A couple of my friends' husbands work in ministry. They all work for Elevation. I have personally never been to Elevation. We go to a different church, and it's been fun. Like, obviously, I love my friends, and that like is such a big part of their life, and I genuinely love that for them. I think that they're great, like truly, and I'm not speaking like negatively about anything like that. I just want to say, like, I love that for them. I personally, in my like religious journey, we've always been religious. Oh my gosh, my eye is twitching again. This is a side effect that I've always had for allergies, by the way. It's not new, don't worry. But we have always been religious, grew up going to church, you know, all the things. I am just personally at a stage in my like life and stuff where I am now being like, okay, I want to start going to church because of her. But traditionally, like in the way that I am and Colin is religiously, we just are more so like on our own terms with God. Like, we do not go to church every weekend, but we are still religious, and if that is you, that is fine. We pray to God every night with our like night routine with Sutton, which I like literally never film, but she says her nightly prayers. Like,
turn the windows off.
We're making sure that like we teach her what we grew up learning. But yeah, I just am not the type of person to spend my Sundays every Sunday going to church. I don't think that if you are like me, that does not make us any less than somebody who dedicates every one of their Sundays to going to church. I think so highly of the people who do that, It's just my personal preference is like I prefer to have a relationship with God on my terms and the way that like I believe in doing that, and I think that it's okay. I think that it's great that they go to church every Sunday, that they work in ministry. I think that's amazing. Has it piqued my curiosity? Like, no, because I've always been religious, and I also personally don't think I would ever go to Elevation. Now every time we do go to church, it's at the church that Colin grew up going to. I'm just not a huge fan of the big churches like that. And if you are, I'm not saying that that's wrong at all. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying my personal preference. I don't want to do that. And so that's why I never go to church with them. I haven't been to their church. They know that. They respect that. Like, it's not anything like that. So yeah, we've always been religious. Just we're not the church going every Sunday kind of family. But with that being said, as she gets older, I do think we're going to start going more often just because I want her to grow up with Christian morals like Colin and I grew up with. Also, I talked about never talking about religion on my channel just because I like to protect my peace. There are certain things I don't talk about. Any medical information we don't talk about, any politics we don't talk about, and any religion we don't talk about, just because it's like I am not in ministry, so I don't feel the need to be like saying something about it all the time. And sometimes I just like to keep parts of our life like to us and protect our peace, you know. Just I love fashion, I love home, I love cooking, I love lifestyle stuff. Like, that's what I want to share on my channels. And if you want to follow other people who share stuff about their religion, like speaking God's message and stuff like that, Haley Drew Polk is a really good person to follow. Actually, I love following her for that and for other things like style and stuff, but I love the little like sprinkles of faith that she sprinkles into her content. I just don't want to do that with mine. I don't feel like compelled to do that. I just like to do everything like that. Hey, don't touch that. Be careful. Like, on our own terms, keep it within our family. Like, that is something like really precious within our family that I like to keep within our family. And yeah, that's my spiel on that. But whatever you decide to do, if you decide to go to church every Sunday, if you like to believe on your own terms, if you are a churchgoer every Easter and Christmas, like, it is totally fine. I love every one of you. I don't judge anybody. Whatever you need to do, if you don't do anything at all, like, it's whatever you want is cool with me, and I am gonna be your friend no matter what. So that's how I think and believe and feel, which is why probably you guys, like, if you do follow them, they do like Bible studies and stuff, and I never go to those just because that's not like, that's their part of their life, that's not my part of my life. But my part of my life with them is our kids hanging and playing and having the best time and growing up together, and that's when we mingle. You know what I mean? We're gonna end with this one. It is best tips to keep your toddler entertained. And one of my best pieces of advice is to not turn the TV on before late afternoon. That we do not do that anymore. I used to do that and her behavior was questionable. And now, no TV, unless she is a really good girl. She can have one show, one episode while she is eating breakfast. Other than that, we're done. And the first time she can watch TV is during quiet time. That has spawned her creative play to exceed to the next level. Sutton is a very good independent player, and I feel like I did a really good job of that when she was younger, like teaching her that and teaching her how to play on her own. And how I did that was simply just set out toys and let her play on her own, and I didn't interact with her. So there's times when I will play with her, and then there's times when I'm like, I cannot play with you right now, I need to do this, but I will play with you in a minute.
Hey, Mom.
So you can entertain and play with yourself. And she's totally on cool. She's super good at it, and I'm so glad that I did that. And I think that I did that too because I was an only child and I was so good at independent play that I also wanted her to be good at it. Like, look, she's entertained herself this whole time, and I think that that's great. Second piece of advice is to literally just TikTok toddler activity ideas or Pinterest. We do so many of those. We've done like freezing her little people. We've done like finger paints on the windows that remove, like, they get entertained by so much like household items that you have around your house that you can totally like make into a craft. And yeah, just like getting creative with it, going outside and just like saying, okay, can you find me this? Can you find me that? Like little nature trail things. Like they have whole lists on Pinterest, like just Pinterest an activity. And if you need to run out to the store the day before to like get it or something, just so you have like it stocked, arts and crafts, stuff like that. Just like finding something to like keep them busy. Just Google, ChatGPT, like all the things. Just always be searching and seeking like little activities. Her preschool homeschool has been huge with that too, because that's like a chunk of our morning now. Pinterest, ChatGPT, and TikTok are my best friends when it comes to getting new ideas for her, and also just my other mom friends. Whenever they do something cute, I'll be like, oh, I'm totally doing that. Following moms that share stuff like this, you know. So yeah. Anyways, those are all the questions that I am going to answer, because I feel like this is a little bit long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you did, and we can do it again. Maybe we can do one a month. I've been chatting for a minute. My coffee's probably like watered down, and I've got red wig on my coffee. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a good day. Tomorrow's a big day for our house build, so watch out for that vlog coming soon. And we will see you guys in the next video. Get in it now. There you're in it.
Bye.
Bye. Say love ya.
Yes, sir.
Peace, baby.
Peace, baby.